Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the west coast of Scotland. We're doing some coastal fishing today. Today, it's all about the sea fishing. It's all about the pollock. There is quite a few little pollock here. I only just arrived here. What time is it right now? It's 3:30. High tide was at 2:30, so I'm a wee bit late. I'm a wee bit late for the game. So right now we're using a Savage Gear weedless minnow, I believe it's called, a weedless minnow or a weedless sand eel. I've got a couple of other lures to actually use today. I bought some new ones. Funnily enough, I've actually lost a few down here as well, so I'm hoping not to lose my lures today. But as you can see from the water there, see what I'm using. See that? You see it? I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'll zoom in if I can. Big bumblebee. Fucking hell. Right. I'm only casting so far with this because essentially I've lost a few lures here already. Once before. I have caught a pollock out of here. This is the first time I ever came down fishing here, or maybe the third time I came down fishing here. I ended up catching a little pollock. I'll put a little picture on screen right now. See, nothing too big, just a fun little pollock to play with. I actually caught it over that way, not here. Oh. I actually caught it along a wee bit here. I'm in a completely different spot today, but it's an absolutely beautiful day. It's absolutely immaculate today. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. Whoa, Jesus Christ! That was nearly my feet. Oh, I'm getting better at casting. I'm a wee bit more confident with the cast here. Alright, let's see what we can find today. Let's see what we can get. Now, I might switch over to the sand eel because pollock really like sand eels and all sorts of, I would imagine all sorts of species of saltwater fish like sand eels, seeing as how they're a prey item. But we're using a little weedless minnow right now because that's what I caught my last fish on. In fact, it's the exact same lure. If I bring the picture back up again, it's the exact same lure that I used to catch that one. I'm kind of waiting for the guy over to my right here to leave because that's exactly where I caught it, and he's kind of fishing where I would usually go to, but because I got here late, we're fishing this point. So, and I need to get a little bit better on the cast and a wee bit more confident on my cast. Last time I was here, I was using the wrong size of reel, and it was starting to kind of bend and kind of warp itself that every time I would like get snagged or if I caught a fish, I was actually trying so hard not to break, you know, the stem off of the reel. I'm not going to apologise for the fact that there's water splashing around me because it's actually a really nice sound. It's quite therapeutic. Right, let's see if we can get this puppy out there. Let's see if we can get a little bit. Let's get right out there. Right, that's a wee bit better. I've got a very long leader on this thing. Very long leader because I want to change out a few times. I want to change my my lure a few times. Until the line goes slack. Because I want to pull it through the kelp. Because that's where these little pollock are going to be sitting. If I can get it to hit the bottom, perfect. I just have to wait till this line goes slack. There you go. Went slack there. Start reeling again. Just bouncing it along the bottom essentially. There we go. It's an absolutely beautiful day today. Absolutely beautiful. It is immaculate outside today. I think it's about 18 degrees out right now, so we'll just cast it that way. And we'll bring it right across the rocks, I think. hopefully we get something today. If we don't get something today, I mean, it's a lovely day, so I'm not going to complain. There we go, a wee bit of slack. That's it in amongst the kelp. I can feel it. That's the benefit of having braid. I love braid. Every single one of my reels has got braid on it. Not one of them has got monofilament on it. I only use braid at this point. I love the way that works in the water. It's so cool. It's so cool. I'm going to change over to this side a wee bit. See if I can pull it along the kelp beds over here. In fact, I can fish right down here. I need to be careful I don't get splashed with the water. There we go. I'm just going to stand up a bit because the waves are getting a little bit interesting. We won't stay here. We'll constantly move. We're not going to be staying in one spot for too long. That's the whole point of kind of fishing this kind of coastline. Start at the top, work your way to the bottom kind of deal, and then back up the other way. Yep, we're fishing it in amongst the rocks. There's a nice big crack right there. Usually there might be a fish waiting in, you know, these little bits right here. You never know. You never truly know. They could be waiting absolutely anywhere. Right, let's send this bit first. Let's get my footing right. Fuck. There we go. I might switch to a heavier lure, get it down faster. Might change to the Savage Gear Line Through Minnow V3? V2? V3? I can't remember what one it is. It's a line through, so essentially it's a lure that doesn't have a hook connected to it. What you do is you feed the body onto the line. Oh. I'm pulling it through the rocks, that's what it is. I'm pulling it through the rocks. Right, so unlike this lure that I've got on the end of my my line right here, it's got a hook attached to it and a weight. So a line through is essentially, as it sounds, it's a line through lure. The line goes through the lure, and the weight of the lure is what essentially you can cast it out. Then you tie either a big single hook to it or a big treble hook to it. I like to tie trebles, and it's a wee bit like the line through Savage Gear trout and roach lures, if you've ever used them. If any of my fishing fans have ever used any of the line through stuff, very good for pike. Essentially allows you to fish a lure, and when it goes to grab the lure, if the lure falls out of its mouth, it travels up the line so it doesn't get damaged. So the only thing that it's really connected to is the hook. So you save your lure, you can use it multiple times, and it's just connected, it's literally connected to the treble, so beneficial. So it's literally you, the line and the hook. The lure just completely flies out the road, it just darts away. It's away at that point. Unless it's obviously holding on to the thing. But most of the time it'll kind of chomp its jaws, it'll open its jaws, and then the lure just flies out and it flies it up the line. We're pulling it across the rocks here. I will show you guys. I'll show you guys the line through stuff. We'll do a wee bit more fishing with this lure here because I know for a fact that it works. Look at that little pool. Oh, nice little pool. Yeah. I mean, if we catch a pollock, we could put it in there. We could put it in there. Just have a little look at it. But unless the pollock is super heavyweight, unless this pollock that I catch, this hypothetical pollock that I catch, is heavy, I don't keep them, I put them back. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what's the point, what's the point? You know, I'm primarily a freshwater angler, so I don't keep the fish that I catch on freshwater, so the same really applies to saltwater. So the only fish that I will catch and keep is mackerel, because mackerel are in abundance and I love them. I love them on toast with a little bit of tomato sauce. So good, especially if it's spicy tomato sauce. Spicy tomato sauce, oh. I mean, that might be something I could probably do a catch and cook at some point. I'm hoping that like this video comes out quite well. I've had a wee bit of a rough start, I'm not gonna lie. Like there was like 20 minutes before this, before I actually officially started. I put on heavy fluorocarbon because I don't want my I don't want to lose these lures, and I put the heavy fluorocarbon on and I lost the lure. I fucking lost the lure, didn't I? Of course I did. Of course I lost the lure. It's absolutely immaculate out here. It's genuinely beautiful out here today. I think that guy's packing up. I'm not sure though. As I said, this is a hit or miss. The last time I was here I only caught one and I showed you the picture of them. So if nothing comes to the catch, then that is the game of fishing, unfortunately. It's called fishing for a reason, not catching. Otherwise everybody would be bloody doing it. I mean, hopefully we do catch one today. I'd like to catch one, even if it's a small one. Even if it's a little small one. The swell's getting a little bit higher. In fact, the tide's actually going out, funnily enough. Pulling it through rocks and weeds, or not weeds, kelp. Pulling it through the kelp and launch. Well, we're not getting very far with this lure. What we'll do is we'll probably change it. I'll probably change to line through. Now, the issue with a line through is that it's not weedless. So as soon as it hits the water, I need to start reeling a little bit. I need to leave it for like a second or two so it can sink down. And what I need to do is start, stop. What we'll do is we'll move in a wee bit as well. I'll change out to line through. So as I said, these are relatively weedless. You can see that the hook is right there. So essentially when the fish grabs here, it pushes the body down and exposes the hook. So essentially it's a hidden weapon, essentially a hidden hook. So as I said, grabs here, the lips touch here, push down, and then you set the hook, and at which point, well, it ends up a bit like that. So and funnily enough, see this little hole right here? This little hole right here? Right there is actually a little bit of a toothpick to hold this body onto this part right here. And it's 15 grams, by the way, this is a 15 gram head. We're going to be changing out to something a wee bit different. I do have a collection. Of things. These can work the same way. Carolina rigs, kind of weedless. There's additional, what do you call them? Toothpicks to actually fit onto these lures. So what we're going to do is we're going to change. So this is where we change to the line through. So I'll show you in just a second what I've got here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me just demonstrate the line through. So at the moment, you can see that little red bead. You see that little red bead? Right? Here is the lure, right? So we feed it on this way, feed it on forwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed it through a little hole. Like so. We see that? How it moves? Sorry, I had a bead in my mouth. So it moves, essentially. It essentially moves, and then we feed another bead onto this. Just like so. So there's a bead at the end and a bead on the nose. So let me just show you. You can see the bead here in my finger. You can see the lure itself, and you can see the orange bead or the yellow bead, depending on what colour scheme you want to work with. Next is the treble hook. Now, as I said, here is the treble hook, and it essentially just attaches to the line. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to attach it to the line, and we're just going to tie a simple clinch knot. And we can tie any knot you want, really, but I like clinch knots. There we go, nice and strong. Snap off the tag end. Make sure you're not actually snapping off the whole thing. And there we go. And that is the lure. That is essentially the breakdown of a line through. So let's just have a little look-see at this. So there you go. And as you can see, the lure can fall away like that, and it leaves the treble hook. So we're going to fire this out. This is 19 grams. Hopefully this is heavy enough. If it's not heavy enough, what we can do is we can add a little weight to it. I do have a collection of little weights right here. We can essentially attach that to it. It will make it a little bit heavier. It will sink a lot faster, but it will go out further. And I don't mind it going out further. It actually feels quite weighted already, so I think we'll just cast this out, have a few tries of it. So this is an imitation sand eel, so hopefully this works. I'm hoping that anything out there spots this and just goes, prey. Right, here we go. I could see it working in the water there. That was lovely. Right, we'll let this sink for a minute. That's better. We'll let it sink because it's kind of just fluttering down. So as soon as this line goes slack, that's the moment we start reeling. I've only got two of these, by the way. I've got a 15 gram and a 19 gram one. I'm hoping that this 19 gram one kind of brings them out their shell. Brings them out their hiding. Because I'd really like to get a fish today. It's such a cool lure. It's such a cool lure. I don't know what it is about Savage Gear stuff, but it's always really good. Savage Gear stuff, a lot of it is already really good. Some of it's kind of meh. I'd really like this to not fall in there. You can see how crystal clear it is down there. You see that? Woo! Oh, there's a couple of seagulls fighting each other over there. I'm so glad I brought sun cream with me because I am prone to cooking. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very white. Or pale blue, as Billy Connolly says. Scottish people are not white, they're pale blue because we're always bloody cold. Oh dearie me. Right. I'm literally fishing on the edge here. I'm on the edge of, like, as you can see, it's going that way. Oh, it was in amongst the weeds there. I let it get down too low. That's fine. At least we got it out. Another time I got it through the rocks. I could feel it. Absolutely immaculate out here. I love this country. Obviously when it's not, you know, absolutely pissing a rain. What is that? It's a wee bit of kelp. I thought snagged a jellyfish or something. That's one thing I've not seen in a while actually. I've not seen any jellyfish this year. I don't know if it's the season. Is there a season for jellyfish? Nice. It's over rocks. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move. Let's move somewhere else. Let's move down a wee bit. Let's see if we can find ourselves a fishy. I'd like to find a fishy today. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've moved over to a new spot. This is actually, funnily enough, where I caught my last fish, and that father and son that you saw in the video earlier, they've literally just caught one. They've literally just caught a fish. Went over and said hello to them, said I think they're intending to keep it, but let me just angle that up, there we go, and there we go. Hopefully we can find a fish here. Hopefully we find a fish here. We are in a half decent spot. There's loads of kelp over here. That kind of here. Letting it sink a wee bit before I start pulling it in. Right, let's get it out there. Let's get it out into that current. Perfect, perfect, excellent. Again, immaculate day. Still half past 4. I might actually switch to the weedless minnow. May switch to the weedless minnow. Oh, we're stuck. There we go. We're good. Oh, perfect. Just let the current take my line a wee bit so it can sink. Get down there. Oh, there we go. There we go, we're in, we're in, we're in, we're in. Oh, I'm pulling this thing right in. What have we got? Oh! Oh, he's a strong one. Oh, there's loads of bait fish! Oh, that's an absolute beautiful pollock. Oh, yes. Let's get you right up here. Oh, yes, boys. Look at that. Oh, on the sand dune as well. Beautiful, lovely. Let's get that hook out your mouth. Oh. There we go. Lovely little pollock. Beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely immaculate. Lovely little fish. Lovely little fish. Alright, let's put him back. Oh, there he goes. There he is, he's away. Oh, that was brilliant. That was brilliant, that was. Oh, that was fantastic. Loved that. Could feel his little teeth as well. That was brilliant. On the drop as well. Absolutely brilliant. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Line through sand eel, coming through for the win. I knew we'd get one today. I knew we'd get one. I knew we'd do it. That was fucking brilliant. Oh, I'm well chuffed with that. Let's get it back out there. Let's see if we can pick up another one. So let it sit. Oh, that was brilliant. There was absolutely loads of little bait fish, little sand eels all along here, loads of them, absolutely millions of them. Oh, there's something chasing it. Oh. Oh, no. There was something chasing it there. I could feel the tugs. I could feel it nipping it. As if there was a fish behind it, just nipping at it. Whatever's out there is nipping at it. Oh. Something out there is nipping at it. I can feel the tip of the rod just jerking forward. Snapper snag. We are snagged. That's the downside to leaving these things like that. Oh, this isn't good. I think I got it out. Please tell me I got that out. Oh, we've lost our lure, ladies and gentlemen, we've lost the lure. Oh. Oh. Shit. I'm gonna have to buy a new set of those. Oh, that was good. That was good though. That was really, really good. That was really, really good. There are fish out there, and I think I need to use a smaller lure. A smaller lure might do just the trick. So what we're going to do is, well, we've got the smaller version, but it's not heavy enough to get right out. So what I might do is I might use a seeker, which is 24 grams. A seeker might just be the thing that I need to use right now. So that's a 24 gram. So a seeker is essentially just the same thing as what we were using, but it's is that a 24 gram? That's 24 grams right there. So what we'll do is we'll use a seeker. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach again another treble, get another treble on there, and get these fish caught. There's a few out there. There's one tugging on the lure as we were bringing it in. I could feel it. I could feel it in the braid. I could feel it on the line. I could feel everything coming through that line and through the tip of the rod. So we just have to, I just have to get the rest of these hooks off of each other because they're kind of tangled up. In fact, that's a hook right there that I need to take. Right, I'll be back in a second, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, similar in style to what the sand deal was like. This is a seeker, same kind of deal. Bead on the end, treble hook, lure, bead. And that's what we're going to use. That is exactly what we're going to use because it works. It fucking works. And this is a lot heavier lure. This is a much heavier lure, so we'll be able to get this out there and get catching more fish, hopefully. So here we go. Oh, that went right out there. If my camera runs out of battery by the time I am ending this, I will do some little outro on my phone or something like that. I'm going to go as long as I can here. We've already landed one fish. Today's been successful, so I'm not too fussed about it. I'm not fussed at all. I am very happy right now. I am over the moon right now. Over the moon. Now that I've caught myself another pollock out of this area. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of the video today. So, we got one pollock today. I'm only doing this on my phone because I think the outro that I did on the GoPro is completely banjaxed, because I think I've actually mistakenly hit pause on my my little pinch mic that I use for recording these episodes. So I'm doing this on my phone towards the end. It's an absolutely glorious evening. Absolutely picture perfect. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching today. We only got one. I suppose if I paid attention I could probably have got maybe two. I hope. I'm still kind of annoyed that I lost that sand eel lure, but I know where to pick them up, so I'll probably get some doubles. I'll double up on like the 19 gram, the 15 gram. I'll see if I can get a bigger size as well, something that's a little bit more castable. The 19 gram casted really well, but I think, yeah, I'm going to double up on the 19 grams and probably sort out the 15 grams, probably get an extra two of those and probably 3 19 grams. I've got plenty of beads, I've got plenty of trebles. I've also got my seekers as well. The seeker didn't prove to be any good today, but maybe the next time. Maybe the next time. There's a couple of kayakers over there. Don't know if you can see them at the pier. You can kind of see them over there. There's 3 of them. But I think I might bring my kayak down here, because I do have a 12-foot long kayak, and I could potentially bring it down here. It is relatively heavy. It's got all the gizmos and gadgets and stuff like that. I don't have a fish finder on it, but it's a very stable craft, and if it's like this, nice and flat, calm, nice and sunny, you know, kind of a mill pond out there, then we can certainly bring the kayak down here. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for me today. Today's been great. Went to the gym this morning, came out and did some fishing, caught a fish. I'm very, very happy today. Very happy to do another fishing with Feudal video as well, because I don't think I do enough of these, and that is one of my my resolutions for the year. Well, it's something I want to do more often. I want to do some more fishing on the channel as well, because it's a good pastime and I love fishing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, please drop a like. If you want to see more like this, consider subscribing. Check out my other stuff on the channel. I do a load of games, do some fishing, do some Warhammer 40k painting. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it from me. Hope you all have a lovely day. This has been Fishing with Feudal. I'll catch you all another time.